and I describe it as one woman's point of view on why we're here and what we're to do. A provocative combination of poetry, photography, and insights intended to nourish mind, body, and soul. And it's called Gift of Rhyme. Life is too short, it seems to me, not to take every opportunity to include fun and joy in some small way by seizing a moment out of each and every day. It's true that many of us miss out on life. Our lives are full of strife. We're too busy, you see, worrying about productivity. We worry about bills and how to pay for our stuff. When is enough enough? Life is a gift, each day a surprise. To live life to the fullest, we must recognize the part we play in each other's lives. Whether at home, work, or school, why not live the golden rule? When cut off in traffic, no horn honking, please, or worse yet, a gun to spoil the fun. Fun, you say, when you're on the run, going here and there to do this or that. Must go to the gym or else you'll get fat, but can't leave work till finish with that patient, paper, report, email, or fax. When can you relax? Getting back to the idea of fun. Fun, not till your work is done, right? And that might not be until late tonight. All right, I don't want to start a fight. I know that life is not always easy. For a sailor like me, it's not always breezy. But we must learn how to make each day special to someone or ourselves some way. For those who are sick, they need patience and care. For those who are dying, they need someone to share in their sorrow. For the hopes and dreams they had, there won't be a tomorrow. But none of us knows when tomorrow will come, and that's why each day we should have some fun. Fun means enjoyment. Enjoyment means pleasure. In your heart, you must hold and treasure the joys in life that you cannot measure, that cannot be found in money or things, or by the number of diamonds in your rings. Oh, I know that diamonds are a girl's best friend, but do they bring happiness in the end? Now for some ideas for fun. Even in the car when you're on the run. First of all, notice the sun. If not at sunrise, then when day is done. Early in the morning or just before night, the sun creates an incredible sight. The sun sheds light on so many things. Think of all the beauty it brings to winter, spring, summer, and fall. In winter, it casts shadows so tall. In spring, it gives birth to flowers. In summer, we have more daylight hours. And in fall, shimmers on golden leaves as they fall from the trees. Next on my list of fun things to do is to observe the phases the moon goes through. Can you only see the moon at night? That is when it's most bright. But the moon can be seen in the daytime too. It's white against a sky of blue. It begins as a sliver in the sky. It becomes a crescent on high. And when it's full for all to see, I'm reminded of the mysteries of life on earth and planets unknown. And I'm thankful for this place called home, for we have more than our ancestors before. For them, there was no convenience store, no cell phones, computers, or spas. They worked so hard every day, there was barely a moment to play. They had no luxuries. There was certainly no land of Oz. But they had hopes just like you, for a home and family and dreams come true. I know we all dream of happiness and wealth, but what about our health? Physical, mental, spiritual too. These are all important to you. This much I feel to be true. If you never play with family or friends, if you can't find joy, then pain never ends, and happiness is eluded somehow. I don't want to sound smug or holier than thou. I just want you to look around and say, wow, and marvel at the many things given to us without any strings. The sun, the moon, the stars, a breeze, birds, flowers, and of course bees, clouds that move across the sky, golden fields as we drive by, rainbows that form overhead, and even things we think are dead, like autumn's leaves and winter's trees. Getting back to the task at hand, I know your time is in demand at work, school, or home. If it's any consolation, you're not alone. We've all been told we must have more, never stay on the ground floor. We must strive to get to the top, no matter the cost, no matter what might be lost. The top can be a lonely place. you're always worried about falling from grace. At the top, there's room for only a few. What will the rest of us do? Have more fun. I know that's true. Thought I'd forgot about fun, hadn't you? It's never far from my mind. To not have fun every day, even in the smallest way, is to give in to negativity, which squelches creativity in thought, word, art, and deed, and keeps us from what we need. To live our lives the best we can by being kind to our fellow man. And fellow man is not just a stranger. Those closest to us are often in danger of our impatience, anger, and more. Be careful not to open that door, for it often leads to an all-out war, a war with no winners, just victims who hate. Next on my list of fun things to do, even in winter, a road trip for two. Take a drive in the country just for the view. You might even see a hawk or two soaring overhead or sitting on a post for only a second at the most. And as you continue your drive, the ever-changing view makes you feel alive. Round hay bales, a windmill, cows on a hill, the additional thrill of another hawk perched in a tree, plowed fields that feed you and me, and beautiful, wonderful tree after tree. For it is only in winter that you can see the beauty and variety of the naked tree. Some are perfect, some are wild. They beckon to your child to climb up high, to touch the sky, to dream that you can fly. If not to fly, then to sit a while, at least until you smile. Getting back to that road trip for two, there's a place I'd like to take you. It's one of my favorite places to go. It's a place I go with my husband, Joe. We drive to Lake Stockton to our sailboat for two. And on the way, we enjoy the view of winter wheat, of vibrant green, of cornfields picked clean, a flock of geese flying by, and jet streams crisscrossing the sky, and the sun's reflection that caught my eye on a plain way up high. And later, driving north on Highway 71, I looked over my left shoulder at the setting sun. Gray clouds tried to obstruct the view of its ever-increasing orange hue. And as it continued to slip out of sight, the clouds began to reflect its light, and the sky became gray, pink, and blue. And after it set, it cast a rose glow on gray, billowy clouds from below. And when the colors had faded away, bringing an end to a perfect day, the moon and stars shined so bright against a dark blanket of night, and everything felt right. Again, I know that life can be hard. It's not all a picnic in the backyard. There's divorce, illness, taxes too. So many things to distract you from doing what you want to do. How many of you feel out of control? You're not even sure of your role, and there seems no way to meet your goal, whatever that might be. You're under pressure to protect the bottom line. There never seems to be enough time. We're taught to be a success, to save for that rainy day. What is success anyway? And what if today is that rainy day? That's all I'm trying to say. So live each day as if it's your last. Think about that. Wouldn't you want it to be good? Having fun whenever you could, respecting others in your neighborhood, and loving your family as you should. Isn't that why we're here? We shouldn't have to live in fear. If we all reached out to someone else in times of need, not in greed, we might even learn something about another. We might even find a long-lost brother, or we might only find someone that our brother once knew. Either way, it's a connection to our past, present, and future. For it's not in greed that we succeed, it's in how we treat others in times of need. And in life's tragedies that involve the collective we, there comes a unity. We're brought together in pain and sorrow that won't be gone after tomorrow, but it's created a bond never known before. It's made us aware of the travesties of war, and it's helped us to see that every person here on earth has intrinsic worth given to them at the time of their birth. But without nurture, love, and mirth, life has no meaning. It breeds hatred and pain. And some think life is just a game to be won at all cost, no matter how many lives are lost to death and despair. Let me clear the air. I don't want to bring you down, and I certainly don't want to see you frown. But we must acknowledge the bad in this world. It is something we must face. But we are the human race. Murder, war, starvation, and hate should be a disgrace. Those are things we need to erase. And last on my list of fun things to do, and it should be done by each and every one, is to look around at all the stuff on your shelves. Does it reflect yourselves? It should, you know, in every room you go. There should be memories both happy and sad. There might even be some that really make you mad, but that's not bad, as long as most of them make you glad. To be alive, to count your blessings and the gifts you have, and to know that it is when you give that you get the most. Of that I can boast, for I've helped others for over 40 years, and often I've been brought to tears by the lives they had. So sad, lives forever changed, never the same for all time. But that's what's given me this gift of rhyme. And so it's time to say goodbye. I could go on forever, but I won't try. I hope I've provoked in you at least a thought or two about the importance of life, of having fun, of watching the moon and the setting sun, of caring for others in times of need, of not succumbing to unbridled greed, to give of ourselves whenever we can. Isn't that the point of man? But it seems so clear to me, but I had an opportunity to sit on my back porch and ponder our humanity. We're here for we.